have a couple of different checking accounts that money needs to be transferred between based on your donor designations. Perhaps a pastor has a separate account for a benevolence fund, or you have a capital campaign and you'd like that money moved to an investment account. In this lesson, I'm going to take you through the steps to record the donation and then transfer it within the system to the correct checking account. First of all, I highly recommend you put all donations through the operating account, the operating and checking account, so that it's a clean way to see your deposits. And then you can transfer the money over to the other checking accounts. I also highly recommend you keep to as few checking accounts as possible. It'll make your life a lot easier. And that you track the receipts and all through your fund balances and through your classes and not having to keep a bunch of different checking accounts. In this example, we're going to say that someone donated a couple of things, but anonymously. But they had a little note on the envelope saying that they wanted $500 to go to the benevolence fund and $100 just to go to normal operations of the church. It will default to whichever class we tell it here. So I'm going to have a default to my benevolence class for this situation. And these are just donations. And so it's going to default to that. I can actually add to it as I please. It's defaulted now to the class that I requested. And I'm going to put that we got $500 for the benevolence fund. And then we also received a donation for just general operations. And so we're going to put that to our admin fund. Here's $100. So here for this one donor, we can put it all on the same sales receipt, and it's fine. And it is going to reflect on our income statement or our statement of activities correctly between these two positions. What we're going to do is we are going to make the deposit, make deposits, and we're going to deposit this into our checking account. And now we need to see, make sure it goes, that was going into our checking account. Okay, so it's going to go into checking. And we save and close that. But now we owe the benevolence fund $500 of that dollars, right? We come up here and we're going to pick our checking account. I'm in the write check screen. And I'm going to write the check to a vendor that I've set up called Benevolence Fund for $500. I am going to charge it not to an expense account, but to an accrued expenses, miscellaneous accrued liabilities. I have one that's also due to other organizations, but it's still our organization. So I would put it in that miscellaneous accrued, the $500. So I hit save and close. I've now printed this check. Now from the benevolence fund side, I need to record the deposit. This is going to be a deposit to the benevolence checking. And I'm going to say which account it's from. And you don't want to say the checking account, that miscellaneous accrued liabilities, for the same amount, $500. Hit save. And now if I go to reports, company and financial, my profit and loss here is showing that $600 worth of income for the overall organization. But if I do profit and loss by class, you can see I have $100 in the administration and $500 in the temporarily restricted fund for benevolence. And now if I go to the balance sheet or statement of financial position, you can see I have $100 in my checking. I've got $500 in my benevolence checking. So we now have both checking accounts reflected correctly, and we have our income statement correctly. That's how easy it is. Another quick pointer, if instead of writing check, you do an online transfer, you can just go up here through banking, transfer funds, and then you don't have to use that miscellaneous accrual account. It will just transfer automatically.